Hello there and welcome. This is going to be episode 5 of my Sythlonia gameplay series for Songs of SYX version 65. So in the previous episodes we have set up the little village slash townlet, I don't know. It's a mini town by now. We're harvesting Sithalon for our overlords. The year 11 is turning nigh to its end, and one of the very first things that I want to change today is a little bit about the work. And the main topic for today, or the main business that I'm going to cover in the city today, is going to be a clothing industry. As we are right now pretty fit and fed with all the things that we require. Now then, but first things first, I am not happy with the distribution of work here. As it happens, the Dondorians, they do love Sithalon mining. They don't like mining not so precious things. They even hate coal mining. That's really low. But if you let them mine gemstone or Sithalon, man, they're happy. So let's do something about that and change their work priorities accordingly. I'm quite surprised that I have to do this, as I usually see these blokes here going for high priorities by themselves. So we're going to go for the maximum priority. The humans will be filling up the rest of the ranks, but seriously, there should be not a single Dondorian not working down here in the Sithalon mines, as this is just basically the best that a Dondorian could wish for. Meanwhile, we're excavating more of that mountain, but that is, in all seriousness, a really lengthy project. We will take a while. I did some studies in between the previous episodes over the weekend, and I also discovered something else that really pleased me. The humans happen to be really good at, or at least okay at pasturing. There is a decent output on their end, and that is interesting. It doesn't show up here, but it did show up here. Is that some reason? That is weird. So, the species of humans is good at pasturing and telodont and orox. I thought that would show up here, but as a matter of fact, it doesn't. Huh, interesting. But here's the thing. I noticed that the humans are really good at that. That was, quite frankly said, a surprise to me. And that brought me up to the idea that we're going to go for orox, you know? Sythlonia obviously will go for a heavy orox pasturing industry, as this will provide us leather for various things. For starters, we are going to make clothing out of that leather, and later we're going to make weaponry and armor out of that. So it's definitely going to pay off to get ourselves that industry going. So we're going to take 10 crates for leather in that regard, and we're also going to pick up the clothiers. So main topics for today, therefore, we gotta expand that Sithalon mining enterprise, and I want to expand it to a clothing industry. So let's go. First of all, let's check back with the orox. People told me lately that fertility is not a thing anymore for pasture. So we definitely would be best off placing them somewhere where the fertility is really bad. So I don't want to put the pastures on the forest patch here. Currently, we're pretty relying on that. So let's do a thinker about that. I'm planning to do my agriculture here. I mean, logistically and thematically, it would be just fitting to have the pastures and all those things in the vicinity of that. So I think one of the best bets would be to go here, but the fertility level of that area is just too good. I really don't want to ruin my such a fertile spot. So I think, yeah, we're going to delete that thing here. It is what it is, my friends. We're going to delete the forest. It's not as if there is a lack of these, but this is just a really undesirable spot for our agricultural ventures, and this is where I see a pasture really a good choice. I don't know if the if I'm wrong about the fertility thing here, but let me know what you know, if you know more than me. This way we all can share a little bit of knowledge here. So I'm going to spray out the places where the animals can chill out a little bit on the whole place. Let's do a big fat one here in the corner. There it goes. So this will host 19 workers, and it'll cost a tremendous amount of wood. But at the same time, the orox industry will not only provide us leather, it'll also provide us meat. So it's seriously just a big profit for us. So we're gonna be deleting this room here, which is to me really perfect, as this frees up more of the city center space here. And I also have had a really good idea how we're going to proceed with the whole road business. So I've been really pondering about, should we go for straight roads or these wonderful scenic roads? So I'll be just varying a little bit. I see that the straight roads, they are the industrial pathways, the big roads where you want to just drive along with a wagon and such. It's just more out a straight road in that regard. But wherever people are just people, we're going to go for these windy and strange roads. And everything else in between that will be just a learning process to make wonderful cities. Because this game is probably challenging in that regard. So, the Dondorians turn way happier. Look at that spike in occupation happiness. Of course, I mean, what else? They are finally working with their favorite material. And there's also Dondorian homes available for all of those who please. So yeah, why not? The pasture is now the big mega project that the city is currently working on. But that's totally relatable. I do see a little bit of a lack of workers here, though. That is not making me happy too much. So, let's see. We have our service grid extending all over the place. I just want to double check. And I think I will just go for a laboratory up here. After all, there is more and more industry growing here, and people are people who have needs, and not having to walk back to the town core to take care of your humanly and Dondorian needs, although Dondorians won't be working too much in that corner, should be a really good thing. So I want to space this out as far away as possible from this one, though, so we get a good efficiency out of that. So I think, yeah, we're going to just place it down here. There we go. And I'm trying to force myself a little bit more to go for a little bit of an asymmetric placement of sorts. You see, not going to put these online with each other, but just go for a little bit of a wild placement here, because that's what people did back in the day. And since this game doesn't have topography, there's no elevations. This game has no elevation simulation, and that's why it's so tempting to just build straight roads and straight clusters and whatnot. That's just because in real life you don't have that luxury. I bet that any person working in city development would be very cheerful if we were able to manipulate the environment like that. Yeah, so I think I'll be leaving that area open here, but we might be putting down some. Let's see. We need some more people living here. So probably. I want to have more science here. So it's not that easy to decide where I will put more living room, but we're definitely going to use that little corner here, as it really tempts me to put down a house there. But we definitely need to consider areas for residential use. Let's do this like that and stagger them a bit, so it looks like one of those narrow village roads where those buildings are looming and closing on each other. There we go. Doing my best for an atmospheric city. So the bad part is that pasture does take literally forever. Seriously, this is just a long-winded project, as we have to clean up so much territory. I mean, on the plus side, we're generating quite a lot of material to work with, but it is something that lets me put the ultra fast mode on, because yeah, as you see here, other projects like the lavatory get done so much faster compared to this here, because clearing out the area is a lot of work. So let's see, the year 11 is ending, and it is time to pay Orcithalon tax. So there we go. We got 8 pieces, so we give 7. There we go. A value of 10,000 denarii just gifted away like that. The Dondorians here won't be happy about that. I imagine that when it comes down to the story of this place, they are probably the most pissed people here ever, because they just feel like there's that's not a right thing what is happening here, and they're also quite pissed off not about not having a market down here. Underground market. Well, we cannot really fulfill their wish for an underground market here yet. Although, wait a sec, we can. We definitely can. So let's do this as follows. We're putting down a really big brazier here. And we're just going to excavate that hole this way, all the way. There we go. Just like that. This'll be cool. I'll be putting that market on this fat square here. And that'll take a couple of days, but mountain cities don't grow in a year or two. That's okay. One of my favorite parts about Songs of SYX, it really gives you that feeling how long a city does take to grow. Cities don't grow in a couple of years. They often take decades, if not centuries, to be really, really majestic. And there are still a lot of speed up in this game, but that realism flair, even if it is just an illusion, of course. I mean, we don't even have any height levels here, but it's well made. It's really darn well made, to me at least. So it also occurs that we have a overproduction of meat. As you see here, we are not exporting our overproduction of meat. I want to change that immediately, as this is just a piece of lost profit for us, simply said. Oh, come on, you guys. Let's suspend that job. So they finally finished the lavatory. They're not doing it because the sometimes the AI is really, really hell-bent with getting something specific done first. So we're just going to be exporting like 20% of our entire production. And we're also going to be storing a bit of food stuff down here. Here we need to do something special, something we didn't do before. These have to be fetch crates, so people will fetch these materials down here so the markets and food stalls can be supplied with those food types. Very important, really, really important, otherwise you can have some serious logistical issues. Alrighty. So the average happiness of the Dondorians down here isn't that high, but considering that they have a severe lack of services down here, it doesn't surprise me the least little bit. So let's get started with the with that marketplace that they're craving for. I think this should be really... come on. I give up. It's just easier like that. It's always easier like that. So we're just going to build a really small one here. But it'll be a good start. We really don't need that much more than that. But I do love the idea of that market here in the mountain. It's such a cool and scenic thing. A slaver comes on by. We don't want to buy slaves, thank you though. I'm no big fan of slavery that just gets a free delivery here. Alright, so the market is ready. We have to exclude, of course, these silly things here. Syphalon ain't allowed to be stored here. Just no. I think I'm gonna leave it a bit like that here. Let's do this. Alright, that should improve the happiness situation here, because the situation there is really not good. We really need to do something there, otherwise the Dondorian populace is close to a revolt. Seriously, they are super unhappy about the situation down here. But I think we're heavily improving on that now. So they are lacking a lavatory as well. I didn't expect to go for Mountain Town today. So let's re-enable that. I mean, on the bright side, we do have a ton of people waiting to just get into city. Alright, look at that! The guild people are giving us stuff back. They give us rocks in exchange for our Syphalon. Aren't they generous? Well, but at least it is a friendly gesture, so I shouldn't be too hard on that. All right, let's put just a low amount of actors down here, and let's see. We're going to carve a little bit of a really a place for Dondorian relief into these places. With proper censorship, you would call it a bleep hole. But, you know, the Dondorians have needs too. We're going to assign these here now, though. This is exclusively Dondorian housing. So, a couple of humans are staying down there still, but most of them are not. So let's recruit a whole bunch of new people, so we get more work done. The pasture doesn't build itself either. There's still a lot of stone to be removed here. But I think the general situation of the Dondorian populace is taking an upward trend from here on. Perfect. That pasture is finally seeing its completion here too. And, well, I'm afraid we might be needing to stall our... That's a lack of wood. We might be needing to stall our project for clothing. Now my brain finally catched up. So, tailors need workers, and currently, well, this pasture is a mega project. It's way larger than the city can actually stomach in a way. But at the same time, I feel like we do need it, you know? We do need it. Therefore, let's get our next export place going. And the next thing that I want to get done here on the export side is I want to start exporting my overproduction of grain, because it is happening. We are not using all of our grain currently. That won't stay like that much longer, I think. But I still hate the thought of wasting anything from our stockpiles. So finally the orox pasture is seeing completion. Let's head back to our Dondorian place. So I think the best that I can do is another big lantern here. And look at that, the lavatory cave is already excavated. Perfect. So we're not gonna waste any time. So we don't need to include walls in this setup. This is really cool when you plant like that. So here goes. Obviously we need to shape it up a bit. So, we gonna go for the relief place here, and a couple of basins there. Oh, well. Let's see, maybe we can get a little bit more out of this room, huh? Because I do think that this might be the only one that we're building here ever, so... But I think we are on a good spot here. Let's go. Alright, so let's check back with the food production of Sythlonia. We are okay. The thing is, we are in a hot minute setting up another huge income of food. And we have over sickness in town. So, whatever it is, I hope it doesn't kill too many people. But either way... Oh, look at this. It's finally getting finished. So this is also another big step forward, and it is time to pay our Sithalon tax again. So we did increase our income since between the last and this year, but the problem is that we currently... that we need now to increase our output further, and we don't have any Dondorian immigrants so far. So we have to put in a human worker extra here. Like I said a while ago, we need to increase our income consecutively. Last year I didn't add in another worker because we swapped to Dondorian workforce and therefore increased our efficiency. But we have to consecutively churn out more Sithalon to our overlords. That is a very important part of our roleplay here. Okay, so the orox pasture is finally ready. We're creating now also a massive wealth of leather, which is going to be really excellent for us. So let's get more human people in here. There we go. So we're slowly recovering our workforce there. And the orox pasture will be churning out food in no time, as you see here. We are now increasing our food income again, so the stability of the city is secured. And we can get ourselves further expansion down. So let's wait to the lavatory being completed. That's, yeah, there we go. That took quite a couple of workers, but check out the happiness of those dwarves going up. I mean, I would be happy too. I mean, imagine you had to go from the mines, this long street up, past the graveyard, and by that point, I guess you would really consider relieving yourself on the graveyard, and there at the central marketplace of the hamlet was the next toilet. And they lived like that for several years. I am not the least little bit surprised that they had a bad mood about that. That was a really bad situation. Good thing that we checked, that we fixed that. And this is also a really good example how the screen is just showing you where you need to go with your things. So, the only thing that I dislike at the underground city so far is the lack of food stalls. So, I figured that we're just going to continue that here. Like that. Let's go and make the food stalls happen here too. I love this design. This is so cool. This is really probably one of the coolest city designs that I brought up so far. I really love that. I hope you guys like it too. So let's see. We're going to excavate extra living blocks here again. Oh, no, we don't need to, or... So, we'll be blocked by another tile. That is not how I want it to be. So, obviously, I think I have to... I mean, I could just measure where the entrance has to be, but, alright, every 3 squares. It's not that hard. So for whatever reason that is, we don't... I think this is just a natural thing there happening. Oh yeah, so we have a little bit of a different pattern here. I do like that. It's okay. We don't need to have a city that is just identical on all edges and ends. No need for that. So let's see how well that'll work out or not. Either way, we can now increase our mining operations quite drastically, as the Dondorians that now flood into the city have a nice underhaul here. Come on, we really supplied a proper welcome to these people. Here is a case of homelessness, and of course, that had to be expected. The people of the pasture have to live somewhere as well. So we're going to put up new houses here. I want to go for a bit of a organic spread of things. So you wouldn't be wanting to live next to that thing. So I think we're going to place down a couple of long houses here in the alongside the road, just like that. That little bit of a staggered look does give me the feeling of a real village road. I like that. Because I've really been working hard lately to make beautiful Songs of Six cities. Functional cities I've learned, but making it beautiful as well is, well, it's quite a challenge, but a fun one. Can only recommend. Okay, so the farms here are working out really well. The lavatory is sitting on a spot of not fertile ground. Maybe we should... Actually, we should be fertilizing it right now. Maybe there will be an effect like that introduced one day. Who knows? But either way, the Undercity now is probably the best that we had since a while. Food stalls are now also finally employed. So what are you guys lacking now? I don't think that... Yeah, there's already one immigrant aspiring, so the total account of miners here can be there. So stop trade with Melanip. Oh gosh. Yeah. So here you see our bosses are at it again. They want us to stop trading with the Tilapi. I mean, it does make sense. Tilapi eat humans and such. They are a bit of a questionable trading partner. But their denarii are just the same denarii than ours, so... well... we do what our overlords are telling us, I guess. So, I'm setting up another export station for leather, since I don't want anything to go bad. I really don't. Alright. So, the only thing lacking on our end now is the tailor, so... Ha! I am getting it done by the end of this episode, I suppose. So we're going to set up another little tailor's workshop here. So we're probably going to be doing something like the last time. Bit of a shape here, you know? Shaped rooms are fun. Or so I heard. Let's leave it like that. There we go. Oh, that's horrible. So let's do this more like that. That is horrible still. Alright, that stabilizes the joint. But it is, again, asymmetrical. I hate asymmetrical things, okay? It really drives me nuts when a workshop is asymmetrical like that. Are you saying like that? I don't know. I really need my internal symmetry with the looks of things. So this might be not efficient, but it'll do it here. It's at least not hurting my sense of symmetry anymore. So we can fit in 24 employees here. I think that is a pretty good number, honestly. And come on, looking nice, doesn't it? Looks almost as if it was all planned all along. Sort of it is, but, well. So we're going to store the stuff here. And we're going to add in that. And there goes. So This will be a larger project, and our carpentry industry is a bit low. But yeah, so the tailor is at least being constructed. This is something good. We're not done yet, but you know, we're starting out. That's great. So my good friends, I thank you for watching sincerely. We're going to continue the next time with the next episodes here. I hope you guys are really looking forward to that as much as I do. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next episode, and I hope you guys will be joining there. So leave a comment down below, consider a thumbs up. The algorithm loves those, and of course, check out the description box. Tons of links and stuff down there. And also check out Patreon, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee. I'd be delighted if you did so. And a great thanks to everybody who already did did support the channel. And of course, a big thanks to you still watching this video until the very end. I deeply appreciate it. And I hope you're having a great day. See you all the next time. And yeah, we're going to continue next episode with our adventures, and let's see how the Scythalon adventures will continue, don't they? See you there, and have a good one. Bye bye.